Welcome back, guys, to Critic Play Games. We are all film critics and all people who love movies, but we also love video games. And I have here with me Austin Putman and, of course, Patrick Burrow from Down Under. They are going to be joining me we're going to be going over the game of the year. We're going to be giving our game of the year. What's the best multiplayer game, best story game, most underrated game, best graphics, all sorts of things like that. We're going to be giving our nominations for these, and as well as making our own game of the year. Now, Leo and Christian couldn't join this. They are very busy and swamped with everything going about in the end of the year lives, and I get it. But I'm happy to have them with me because this is going to be a fun podcast, and I'm excited to have you guys join us as well. So make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to Critics Play Games. Make sure to go follow Austin and Patrick as well. And in general, let's get this going right now. All right, and we're back. I fucking love that intro.
I know, right?
Yeah, my favorite thing.
I saw Patrick was like, "Oh shit, I can't dance anymore."
I watch you guys. So like, for people who don't know, like I watch down below. I like see like all you guys dancing down below in the little squares, and I'm like, okay, I'm dancing too. I'm not alone. So, but guys, this is gonna be fun. Obviously, let's kick it off. Austin, kind of just give a background. Who are you? What do you do? And why do you love playing video games?
Who am I? Who am I, Zach? I am he. I am Austin Putnam. I review Putnam. People say Putman, but it's Putnam, but it's okay. It's happened all my life, Zach. You are forgiven. I review movies. I review video games. I sometimes review TV when I have the chance. I am currently doing my top 10 best and worst of the year videos. And I am certain that people are not going to expect my number one best. I'm 100% certain. But we're like, okay. What the fuck?
Okay.
I'm certain, man. I'm absolutely certain.
I get it. All right. What about you, Patrick? How you doing, man?
Well, my name is Patrick Burrow. I'm doing very well today on, 23 hours of no sleep. I come from the land down under, down in Australia. I love movies, video games. I do movie reviews, movie reactions, sometimes TV reactions, but those sort of drop off if I fall behind on their releases. But I'm currently getting prepared to do Book of Boba Fett every week for the reactions, as well as my top 10.
That's going to be a good one, man.
I'm hyped. I'm hyped for tonight.
I'm tempted to just film myself for like just in case, because if I would have filmed myself during Mandalorian, I mean no one would have understood. Like I would have gone viral.
You would have been yelling into your camera.
I was yelling. I woke my whole family up during the Ahsoka one, and then definitely during the Luke one, and all I've heard from Boba Fett, because this is going up after Boba Fett's already up, so you would have been able to see my review, but all I've heard is that all the marketing is from the first 15 to 20 minutes of the entire show.
That's what I've heard.
After that, it's free game. And I have heard things about this show that if they come true, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck anymore. Like I will die happy as a man, and that'll be it. That's it. So it's gonna be fun. But anyways, guys, we got a couple of topics to go through. We have the first one's gonna be best multiplayer game. All of us are gonna be different. And I think that's going to be what's fun, because some of us have different style of games we play, all sorts of things. And 2021 was a weird year for gaming because a lot of games got delayed, as well as a lot of games coming out that also shouldn't have come out because they
still waiting for Outlast.
Yep.
Still waiting for God of War Ragnarok.
And there's a lot. But the first one, guys, best multiplayer game. This is the one we're diving into first. And
man.
I want Austin to kick this off, and we'll go Patrick, then go to me. So, Austin, kick us off. What is the best multiplayer game for you of the year?
All right, for me personally, the best multiplayer game of the year is not going to be your typical pick. I think this is going to be, almost going to say I'll spoil it by saying one thing. At one best multiplayer game at the Game Awards, It Takes Two.
Okay. Nice pick.
This game, man, I had to talk my buddy Gary into playing this game. He was like, it looks goofy. It's like, dude, give it a shot. Let's play the demo, see how this goes. We put the demo, it's like, all right. And he said, dude. And I told him, what did I tell you? And then I bought the game because it has the free pass, the friend pass, so you could play it together. The amount of times we were screaming at each other, laughing, smiling, this is the best co-op game I have played, honestly, since Gears of War 3. I think it's
Yep.
I'm gonna go that far. It's full of love. It has a great story, to which I know we have best narrative coming up pretty soon here, but as a great story, the gameplay, it's every single level feels completely different. I don't know how Yosefari
Every hour you're doing
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
different.
It's
And
nuts.
I love it. Patrick, have you played this?
Yeah, I have. I
Okay.
fucking loved it. I want to platinum it eventually.
Same.
It is one of those games. I just need a buddy of mine who's willing to sit down and go through the whole
Mhm.
achievement process with me.
Maybe what I'll do is I'll buy it for the PlayStation as well. I have it for the Xbox right now. Me and my girlfriend are actually going through it. And
Yeah.
it's one of my favorites of the year, man. That's an outside
Same.
choice for best multiplayer game. I didn't even think about that for best multiplayer game. So
I was so happy when it won Game of the Year. I was so
Dude.
happy.
have
I
you
was
guys
so
played A
happy.
Way Out? Have you guys played A Way Out?
No, I
1-2.
haven't.
1-2.
It's so me and my girlfriend played that actually before It Takes Two comes out. And we
Mm,
played that. We never beat it because it is a little bit buggy and it is a little bit more
Yeah.
that's what I've heard.
independent. This game is the fleshed out version of what they wanted to do
Mhm.
with The Way Out, and I love it. So that's a great pick,
Okay.
man. Patrick, let's hear yours.
Mine is actually, this is weird because it is admittedly a very buggy and glitchy game. That's my favorite multiplayer, but that kind of adds to the charm. I've played it with a bunch of friends of mine, and I love that it's cross-platform. I've been able to play with mates of mine on PC when usually I wouldn't with a type of game like this. But Chivalry 2 is such
Nice.
a fun multiplayer game. Like, I've played with Tyler Calvert, and him and I have had so much fun playing this game together. Like, one of my favorite things in the game is like using an axe or a sword. You can cut someone's head off, then you can hold their head and lob it at someone.
And this is on consoles, right? Is this on
Yeah.
consoles?
It's on consoles,
Mm.
PC, everything. It's on PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PS5, and PC.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna have to
it
find
like
this.
you can play it on cross-platform. No problems. At first, I don't know if they've fixed it, but at first with cross-platform, you did have to like click the lobby at the same time, but there was no select lobby, and you couldn't
Okay.
invite like a PC player to PS4 or PS5 or whatever. It was really weird, but my buddies who played on PC and I played on PS4 or PS5, we managed to find lobbies together by just going into the right game mode together and finding the lobby together. And once that happens, you're not resorted into another lobby.
Okay.
You're in the same lobby. And I'm so happy about that.
I like
But
it. I like that.
the game is gory. It's buggy as shit. One of the best things to do is to use the ballista crossbow bolts that are on the towers. Stand in front and corpse launch yourself off of those. And you just go miles. But
Oh,
shooting
God.
an enemy with those things, you just watch them fucking rubber band all over the place. Look, it's not a perfect game. It's not polished, but what adds to the fun is how much
with
you can
friends
just
too, though,
goof
right?
around
It's also
with your
with that.
friends and everything. Exactly. How much you can just screw around, goof around.
Mhm.
And not only that, there's a wide range of multiplayer game modes that just
Yeah.
make it so much fun.
You
and
sold
it
me.
just-
I might buy this
Get
game
it.
finally. I've
It's
been
a
holding
lot of
off on
fun.
it.
It's so much fun. I played
Yeah.
the free trial on the Series X after the Game Awards, and I played about 15 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, it
looks
takes
fun.
it takes a bit to get into. It's a bit of a learning
Yeah.
curve to it, but trust me, dude, it's so much fun once you get into
Exactly.
I'll
And
have
like
to- I'll have to
the store and everything is very weird to get used to as well, with like the armory and the weaponry and
Yeah.
everything. That's
Okay.
very weird to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's actually like really well thought out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I dig it. Well, so mine's a little bit more conventional. We had Battlefield, which I have a lot of fun playing with my friends, but it's a buggy fucking
Mhm.
shitty mess. Vanguard.
Oh yeah, it
you know,
is.
It's Call of Duty. It's another multiplayer game. But my most conventional one's Halo Infinite.
I had a
fucking-
feeling
okay.
you were gonna mention Halo.
I
had a
love
feeling.
Halo. I have put almost. I have no life. I mean, I watch movies, and then I come home and I play video games, and I don't sleep. And then even on my lunch, I play Halo. Like I play right now. I'm on a
Wow.
Spider-Man kick, so I've been playing Spider-Man again on the PS5. But
Dude,
I
same.
used to play
Mhm.
Halo like every day on my lunch. So Halo Infinite, it's the first Halo multiplayer to hook me since Halo 3. I love Halo Reach.
Wow.
I love Halo Reach with all my heart, but the multiplayer never hooked me for that. The
Mm.
Master Chief Collection was fun, but again, I just played it for the campaign.
Mm.
Don't even get me started about Halo 4 and 5. Halo Infinite's the first time
Never
where
played.
I've been saying it for years. 343. Do what Doom and Wolfenstein did. Take what everyone loves about the original
dude.
Halo games and just modernize it, but don't lose what the soul of Halo is. They
Yeah.
always try to make it feel like Call of Duty and all that stuff. And I was so over it. And this is the first one where I'm like, this feels like Halo. I have issues with the Battle Pass still. They definitely keep updating it every week, so it doesn't make me as mad playing it. But
Right.
I
Constant grind.
love Halo Infinite. And I can't wait to see what they keep adding to this. It's technically still in beta, and
yeah,
it's
which is crazy.
Yeah.
smooth. I mean, this game runs better than Vanguard and Battlefield, which I play a lot of too.
That's
with my
not
friends,
surprising.
But I love this. It's my best multiplayer game. So those are all 3 best multiplayer games, guys, and it's time.
I just want to say one
yeah.
thing. You saying you have no life and that you just watch movies, you go to work, and then on breaks you play video games and everything. I'm like, I wish. And not only that, you've got a girlfriend who will play video games with you.
Yeah.
Again, I fucking wish.
Yeah. I can't get her into shooters. I've tried. I can't get her in. I told her, but this is my scheme.
Watch, though,
but here's the
is
thing.
great.
This is my scheme, and I know
Oh,
this will
boy.
work. So we're in that part in It Takes Two where you have to use the guns. Like she has
yeah.
So
okay.
she's starting to get used to it, and I'm subtly starting to be like, okay, because she doesn't like playing shooters because she doesn't get them. Like she just doesn't.
Okay.
But now she's kind of getting the 2 twin sticks. Like if you put fucking GoldenEye from 64 on in front of her, she knows what the fuck to do. I sit there and I'm like still
Because
confused.
it's one stick.
Yeah. But with her, she knows what to do. So now that's my scheme. She's never gonna listen to this, but this is my scheme to get her into playing Halo and stuff. Oh, dude, that's the dream come true. I get her.
I'm too afraid to play video games with my girlfriend because she's 4'11", but she's also like 3 years older than me and a nurse and way more mature than I am. I'm afraid she's gonna grab her high heels and stick them through my kneecap if she gets angry.
Well, I'm
maybe.
not afraid because still single, ladies. Just saying.
Austin is ready to
Forever
single,
alone.
and he's single and ready to mingle.
God,
Guys,
damn right.
Polyamorous,
Great.
Austin, come over here.
I appreciate the love, Patrick.
I love how we're all in 3 different areas of the world.
I know,
but,
right?
Guys, the next one we have best story game. Now I'm going to start off with this one because this story absolutely surprised the shit out of me. It is Guardians of the Galaxy. I absolutely love this game. I've played it twice. I fucking love it. I'm almost platinumed it. I love the story so much. The fact that the characters, you love each and every one of them. There might be a point where like, oh, Drax is kind of annoying. Oh, wait, Gamora is kind of annoying. Oh, wait, Rocket. Then you start to love these versions of them.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Guardians of the Galaxy. I grew up with these comics. I grew up, of course, with the movie as well. And I fucking love the first movie. It takes all of that and embodies the soul of what Guardians is. And I remember when they announced it, I was like, really? You only get to play Star-Lord? That was the best decision they could have ever made.
Yeah,
that was the best decision they could have ever made. And I love this game. It has my favorite story. I still think the game is buggy. I still think it's a bit too long.
Yeah.
But God, as a comic book nerd, there are certain things they do in this game where I'm like, did they just say that? Oh, did they just do that? Oh, there's a dragon. What the fuck? Okay, I'm in for that. There's a lot to Guardians of the Galaxy. We have a full review on the channel if you guys want to check that out. But it's a great game. Patrick, take it away. What's your best story game of the year?
Mine might be way different than a lot of you think I'm gonna go, but I'm a massive fan of games like The Walking Dead and Until Dawn. So when Life is Strange True Colors came out this year, I was very skeptical knowing that they were going away from Chloe and Max. I was very skeptical because I never played Life is Strange 2. But I have now afterwards, and I love Life is Strange 2. But the new story had nothing to do with Max and Chloe, where Life is Strange 2 still did because David appeared in Life is Strange 2. This is completely different with a character named Alex, and what they do with this story, her relationship with the people that are in the town that she's just moved to, with her brother Gabriel and everything, but also like it's a really good game that shows you her mindset because she can like feel the emotions of other people that then affects her and what she does and how she acts. Like there's one scene in the game in very early on, it's in like the first chapter of the 5. This is a pretty lengthy game too. It's like 2.5 hours per chapter.
Wow.
So it's definitely like the runtime of like those Walking Dead type Telltale games. But there's a moment where her brother Gabriel is being beaten up by this other guy and everything for some reason I won't spoil. But then, like, because she can feel the rage that guy is feeling while he is punching her brother, she just comes in and clocks him across the fucking jaw with no control. And there are some beautiful moments. There's one moment that almost brought a tear to my eye where she's playing a guitar, talking about her depression, how she thinks she's a freak and everything. But it's just such a beautiful, pure story. This relationship she builds with this young boy in the game. It's just a game where I can sit back and just enjoy not just the world it creates, but the characters and the story it builds. And it just is so emotionally invested to the point that it's almost draining at times.
Okay. Oh, wow. I want to ask you, I've never played Life is Strange. I tried playing the original one, but I just probably didn't give it a fair chance. Can I play this one without playing the other ones?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know. Okay.
It has nothing to do with Chloe and Max from Life is Strange 1.
But you recommend that you recommend that I go back and play the other one.
I recommend that you buy the deluxe bundle if you're going to get True Colors, because in February you actually get the remastered editions of Life is Strange and Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Well, there we go, Zach.
That's what I'll do.
I'm going to do the same thing.
So, thank you.
The first game, right, depending on the ending you choose, because there are 2 endings, the first game made me fucking cry like a bitch. Like, I was...
Okay.
I have a video on my Twitter of me just snot in tears.
I think I remember this. I
broke.
Wow.
I can't wait to cry. I need a good cry.
Holy crap.
The last time I cried was playing Mass Effect Trilogy. Fuck me. That ending.
Oh, the remastered trilogy?
Yeah.
I bought the trilogy. I haven't been in Mass Effect 1 yet.
I don't know how.
I know, man. I know, because dude, you know why? Because I started the Metal Gear Solid games this year, finally as well. I need to beat Metal Gear Solid 2. I beat 3 for the first time this year.
Remember when games were hard as shit? Because Metal Gear Solid, those first 3 games are fucking difficult.
Dude, Metal Gear Solid 3 has gone as like my top 15 games of all time, man.
Yeah, Resident Evil.
Yep, very true, very true.
Fuck 7 and 8.
Maybe we'll talk about Resident Evil very soon.
How dare you?
Austin, what's your best story game of the year?
Okay, so with this one, I could have gone with 2 other games. I could have gone with Psychonauts 2 because I love the story. I love
Psychonauts 2.
Dude, it's actually you can actually play it on PlayStation 5. No joke.
I have it downloaded on my series.
Same.
I have it downloaded on there.
I bought it.
Why haven't you played it?
That's what I'm wondering.
Fuck off, Halo. Play Psychonauts.
There you go, dude. I loved it so much.
Fuck you guys. I have a stack of games that I have bought and I haven't played. Like, don't even get me started.
Hey, I have a stack of videos I've recorded and haven't edited, but I still play these games.
Dude, I'm the same way, man. I still haven't beaten Deathloop. I still haven't beaten Assassin's Creed Valhalla. There's too much.
How did you not beat Deathloop? That game you can beat in like 4 hours.
Imagine being able to play Deathloop because you don't have a PS5.
Deathloop just didn't grab me in all honesty like I wanted to. But Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart was very close. Ratchet and Clank. But Zach, I'm with you on Guardians of the Galaxy, dude. I didn't know what to expect out of this game. The marketing, I was like, I don't know about this one, but I was like, you know what? This is the exact same way people were reacting towards the James Gunn movies. People were like, I don't know how to feel about it. And then once the game came out, look what happened. Just like the movies, it came loved.
My best friend, same thing, man. I remember when that first movie was getting announced. That looks so stupid. I don't want to see that. And I'm like, dude, trust me, it's going to be amazing. No, it's going to be dumb. It's going to be dumb.
Yeah.
Took him to see it, and he goes, that's my favorite Marvel film. Which, fun fact, that is actually the only Marvel film they've ever done test screenings for. To a public audience.
Yeah.
I got that Marvel Studios book, and I've been reading it. And there's a whole chapter talking about how it got terrible ratings. Terrible. Like some of the worst. And they couldn't decide. They couldn't tell if it was because none of the CGI was done for Rocket and Groot, so it was just literally Sean Gunn walking around. And a man
would have been funny to see. I need to see that version.
When you look at the notes, everyone was saying how much they hated the characters. So they did extensive reshoots to go back and film scenes of them talking about their lives, because everyone's biggest complaint was, I don't get why Drax is a dick. I don't get why Gamora is so standoffish. So that is, again, reshoots can help a movie, guys.
Yes, they can.
The more you learn.
Yes, they can. By the way, I should also say Massive James Gunn fan here. Massive
same.
James. I
Same.
cannot wait for Peacemaker.
I can tell you, thanks to James Gunn, I know my top 10 of the year list for movies this year isn't out yet. By the way, one of the most divisive lists I've ever done. There's one movie on there, Austin, I know you're gonna fucking punch me for, and same with Zach.
How
But
fucking dare you.
fuck you both.
If you put Resident Evil on your top 10 of the year,
Yes, I
I'm
did.
go-
I
you
don't care. I had a
fucking-
fucking blast.
how? It's like
dare
the
you.
worst movie I've seen this entire
Ah,
fucking
I
year.
hated that.
it's a
movie.
No,
close
no, no,
mess.
no. Don't
It's a
defend it here.
narrative
I don't
mess,
want. I don't
but
want
you
the
know what? As a
defending
fan
shit.
of the
I don't want
games,
the
I am a
defending shit.
biased bitch. I'm a
Yeah, you
biased
are a biased
bitch.
fucking
I
bitch
don't
because
care.
I don't want to hear
sat
that. I
through-
don't.
I
Oh
sat
my
through
God.
15 years of Paul W.S. Anderson jacking off in my face.
I'd rather
with
watch
his
those.
nonsense.
I'd rather
The
watch
first-
those.
I'd
rather watch
the
those,
first
man.
movie.
The
Final
first three,
chapter-
I'd rather watch. I'd rather watch the first three than anything that movie fucking.
Well,
gave me.
I would only say the first one. The other ones can go fuck off. But
The first
anyway,
one,
yeah.
literally, Resident Evil 4 literally made fun of the first movie.
yeah, it did actually. It
On
did, which is
purpose,
brilliant.
because
Yes.
Capcom was like, "This is not Resident Evil."
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is brilliant.
Yeah. neither
Anyways,
was the
going
new
back to
game.
Guardians.
Yeah, let's talk about
Um,
Guardians.
Yeah, this game completely took me off guard. I was not
Mhm.
expecting the story to be as emotional or as deep as
Yep.
it was. The
Mhm.
moments with that moment with Gamora actually put me in tears.
Oh,
And
Mhm.
Zach, you
Dude.
know what I'm talking
yep,
about.
yep, yep.
And Peter Quill's big outburst scene as well.
Oh god, and the whole vision sequence where you're trying to
Mhm.
help out Drax, I was just like,
Yeah.
Yep.
oh my god, like,
Dude,
I was,
and then the sequence when you're holding your gun at someone. I'm not gonna get into spoilers 'cause I know the
Yeah.
dude.
But that sequence, I was like, "Do I do it?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually did it, by the way.
I did it too. I
Yeah.
I
did it too.
didn't.
Man,
didn't.
talk
I
about
don't
not
blame you.
only not only talk about a complete surprise, but talk about just a big holy shit game.
If we don't get a sequel, I'll be pissed.
Oh,
It's one of the
hope
biggest surprises of the year, and I hope
Yep.
that with each sequel, if they do them, which I hope they do, the next game will not be focused on Peter, but it will focus on a different member of the Guardians. So
That'd be
each
cool.
member gets their own game, which is their central story. Because the best
That'd
part
be
about
cool.
Guardians is, although it was the Guardians game, it was still Peter Quill's story.
If I'm being
Mhm.
honest, and I'm willing to wager a bet, I guarantee the next game will have co-op. I guarantee the
Oh,
next
that'd be
game
the
will have
greatest
co-op.
thing.
That would be great.
And I say that because this game was in development at the same time as Avengers, and it was supposed to be
Yeah.
the exact same game. It was supposed to be a live service game, but they were going to go more drastically with the story. After Avengers came out,
Mm.
they
they
went
just
back
didn't
and
do that.
overhauled that entire game. Overhaul. It was supposed to be announced literally like 3 months after Avengers came out. Like they've talked about that. They went back and overhauled the
Damn.
entire thing. And I
Good.
think that the next one they'll be like, okay, let's do co-op. Let's let you pick who you want to play,
Mhm.
but still make choices.
Yeah,
Okay.
There's pros and cons to that. I'm interested. I don't know if we'll get a sequel. I hope we do. So I'll
I
leave
hope
that.
so
but
too.
Well,
man.
it's that sort of thing that I'm really hoping that they do with another game coming out. That Saw game that was fucking announced.
Elden
Saw.
Ring.
What, another Saw game?
They've
Oh,
literally
yeah,
they've
yeah,
announced
I
two
forgot they did
movies, the
that,
TV
yeah.
show and a video game.
Yeah.
Konami still owns the rights, and I'm sitting here going, do an Until Dawn type game because I can't play
Yeah.
another one of
Dude,
those other
yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Like where your
or
choice
fucking
is.
Fall Guys. Do a Fall
Yeah.
Guys.
That
You think I'm joking?
fucking
That'd be
game.
fun. That'd be fun.
But like,
Ugh.
no, I'm just thinking
I was
like
into Fall
everyone
Guys
would
for
have.
a while.
I still play it. I'm still
Yeah.
trying to get my final fucking trophy. The what is it? The infallible trophy, which is like win 5 series in a row. Fuck that trophy, by the way. But no, like a Saw game, your choices affect the story. Everyone will have their own different fucking ending and playthrough because, like, if you save someone in a trap or a decision you make or a line you say will affect the overall thing, like it would in the Saw movies. Have a game like
Oh.
that. It would be fucking great. If they don't go that direction, I'm sorry, I'm not fucking playing it.
That'd be
Yeah.
cool. I like to see that direction take
Yeah.
place.
That'd
be
yeah,
cool.
interesting. You guys ready for the next one? We got
Oh,
number
let's
three.
do it.
Most underrated game of the year. Most underrated game.
Man.
I have a
Patrick,
feeling Austin and I
you
might have
start
the
us.
same one. I have a
Patrick,
feeling.
you started.
Well, I actually have 2 picks for this,
That's
believe it
fine.
or not, because
Okay.
I could, even though I think Patrick, I think I know what one of your picks is.
Little Nightmares 2.
That's one of them. Little Nightmares.
Yeah.
I still have never played it. Never played it.
Oh,
Little Nightmares 2 was a game I was so excited for,
yeah.
but also worried because that first game was so fucking good and its
Yeah.
DLCs. Somehow Little Nightmares 2 managed to exceed that first
Yeah.
game and
Don't
be
say
better.
much because this
I
is a
won't.
game that I
No.
want to play in January because I've heard it's
No.
short, it's sweet, I can play through it.
It is.
You can play
and-
it in about 8 hours depending on
Okay.
how you
Dude,
play.
okay. You, so
I need to play one?
imagine,
Or can I just play 2?
No, you don't need to play one
You
because
don't
2
need
is
to,
actually...
but I would say you should play it.
You should,
You
because
should.
the twist of 2...
I know the twist. I know the twist.
Oh,
already.
okay.
No.
You know the
No. Is it the twist I'm thinking of with the betrayal? No,
I know it.
It's,
it's
not
different.
that twist. Then
it's not that twist.
Oh,
The
okay.
twist will have you be like, what the fuck?
That's
If you
exactly
played
how
the
I was
first
when I was
game.
playing.
That's
it.
how I was. But you do need to play through the game twice. It's a mid-credits sort of
Mhm.
thing where you need to
Okay.
get all the collectibles and do everything in the game. And
I'll do it.
it is worth it.
And by the way,
Um,
Zach, I imagine you've seen the segments with that neck lady, right?
Yeah, that's kind of why I
Dude,
put it off.
you
That's why I
ain't
kinda put it
seen
off.
shit yet.
Nah,
That's why I
there
kind
is
of
a-
put it off.
Okay, have
It
you seen
scares
Doctor
me.
Who?
I don't like it, but yeah.
Do you know what the Weeping Angels are?
Yes.
Imagine the Weeping Angels, but with the mannequins from Silent Hill.
Dude,
nah.
that
Ooh,
part.
or Condemned. Do you guys know
scared-
Condemned?
Yes.
We're talking about. Oh man.
dude,
fuck that
hold
game.
on. Where the
Fuck
hell
that
is it?
game.
I have my copy somewhere over here.
He's
Hold
gonna
on,
pull
give
a
me a
mannequin
moment.
out. He's
I have
actually
my
gonna pull a
copy.
mannequin out. He's gonna pull a mannequin out.
I have it
No,
somewhere.
he's gonna come up under the desk and give us the bird.
It's in a pile. It's in a pile
Wait,
over. You guys
wait,
keep
wait.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that game.
I was playing
Fuck
that last night
that
with some
game.
buddies of mine. I was playing that with some buddies of mine actually last night on his 360.
Yeah. Nah, that game's scary for me. I
I
can't do
forgot
that.
how
I
scary
love
that game was.
Condemned, man.
But- No, Little
Good
Nightmares
pick, man.
2. Little Nightmares 2 was just a game that exceeded all my expectations.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it was not talked about at all.
no,
No one was talking about it. It didn't have any hype behind it. No, nothing. This game got fucking buried, and I don't know
no
why.
nominations at the Game Awards either, which blows my
Yeah,
mind.
that
Nothing
shocks
for-
me.
It
Dude,
should
I
have been nominated for Best Indie Game.
and for best art direction, for God's sakes.
Oh,
It
the
feels
art
like-
direction.
It feels like that game
Ooh.
came and went, and like when it was out, everyone talked
Yeah.
about it like that week, and then no one talked about it.
and then it just
afterwards.
fucking
yeah.
gone.
Yeah, and you know
That's
what the
why
strange thing is?
I'm still surprised It Takes Two won. I'm surprised It Takes Two was even fucking nominated.
Same, but I'm happy it did because It Takes
Yeah.
Two is a genius game.
yeah.
But like I was playing it, Little Nightmares 1. I was recording playthroughs on my channel, and I accidentally deleted part
Mhm.
4's footage. I was like, "Fuck!" So I decided
Mhm.
to beat it anyways. I went to part 2. Well, Little Nightmares 2. That game, from the moment it starts, fires on every cylinder possible, and the moment it
Mhm.
ended, I just went, "Damn!"
Yeah.
Damn, that's
It's a
awesome.
Badass title, man.
So- and you said you had this was your second. You tied it, right?
Yes, I actually have a
Mhm.
tie. This next game, no one's talking about, like Little Nightmares 2, and it's kind of irking me. It's Scarlet Nexus.
Nope, never played it, but I know what it
dude,
is.
I haven't even
I've heard it's
of it.
awesome. It's awesome.
So,
it looks awesome.
Have I
So
even heard
this
of this?
So it's a Bandai Namco game. It's an anime style game. So kind of think of it like this. Think of it like, so it's kind of like a melodramatic soap opera, but it's a fun one still.
Is it that amazing? Is it really that amazing?
Dude, okay, I'll tell you this right now. The first couple of hours are very
Bro,
heavy
why
on
does this look
exposition.
like Sword Art Online.
It
This looks
kind
like
of is actually.
It looks
But-
like Sword Art Online.
The first couple of hours are very exposition heavy, but trust me, keep going. The ending blew my damn mind.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
So
combat,
what should I play next? This or Little
Ooh.
Nightmares?
Little Nightmares 2 only because it's
Little
shorter.
Nightmares 2.
Like,
'cause it's shorter.
Scarlet Nexus because there's 2 different playthroughs. You play as one character, play the other one because
Okay.
there's certain things that when you play through the first character, the other character comes in, it's like, what the fuck? And then you play through the other section, it's like, oh, that's why that happened. And the combat, it's like Astral Chain with Devil May Cry. That's the best way I can describe the
Okay.
combat.
Fair
Art
enough.
direction's beautiful. There's some issues I have with it, like the comic can be a little iffy, and I personally wouldn't cutscenes are in those like still frames, but they still have the dialogue, but you can tell that the budget due to like full motion cutscenes.
Mhm.
It was a bit of a personal gripe of mine, but the game is so good. It's hard too. It's actually quite
Yeah.
difficult, but as a fan of, let's say, like Astral Chain, I
Yeah.
like anime. I love
Mhm.
Devil May Cry, but I'm telling you guys right now, there are sections in Scarlet Nexus that blew my damn mind into a million
Scarlet
pieces.
Nexus is getting an anime adaptation as well.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that anime. I think it's actually already on Crunchyroll. I think.
Probably.
No, oh, fuck, I don't know.
I think it is. I mean, I'll have to look it up again. But I mean, the
If
Sigma
it's come out on
Blade Runner,
Crunchyroll,
yeah.
it's probably going to be buried right now by One Piece.
Probably, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But
probably so. But
you
no,
guys
Scarlet
sold me.
Nexus, yeah, it's a great game, man. It's I mean,
Mm.
it's if you want to complete the entire thing, it's like what, closer to 40 hours, somewhere around there. It's a
Shit.
long game, but it's a good game. I don't hear anyone talking about it. It
Mhm.
kind of irks me. It's actually in my top 10 games of the year. I loved it that
Nice.
much.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. Now I have 2 games to
Yeah,
play,
there you
Yeah.
and I
go.
guarantee these 2 games.
Well, 3.
I know. Oh, 3.
You got
Yeah.
3 because you got no, technically 4 because you got the 2 Little Nightmares. You've got Scarlet Nexus
Life is
and
Strange.
Life is Strange.
Yeah,
Damn.
there you go.
And so I guess I'll add that to my stack.
We're
'cause
big
I
in
have-
church, the people, guys.
Like I'm literally looking at the stack I have to play right now, and it
Yeah.
just like it stresses me.
We got
out,
too
but-
much
It just
shit.
gives you internal anxiety where you're just sitting there going,
Dude,
oh, no.
First
Yeah.
world problems. Enough said. First world
Yeah,
problems.
exactly.
it actually is. So let me talk about my most underrated game. So one of
Yes.
them is It Takes Two. I still don't think
Nice.
this game gets even enough love. I feel like now after the Game Awards, it's finally still getting that, but I feel like not enough people are still flocking to it.
Yeah.
A lot of people after they won the Game Awards, everyone's like, really? And I love that the director is like, fuck you guys, fuck the Oscars, like because it's true, like. What he has created is like one of the most unique games, and I'm not going to go much more into it because we've already spoken on it. But I love this game. It's
Yeah.
some of the most fun I've had this year playing a video game, and I was so happy. But one of my most underrated games, it came and it went. It was one of the first big PS5 exclusives to use everything in that fucking
Dude,
engine.
I think I know what you're talking about.
and it is Returnal.
Didn't even still
I
can't-
love this game,
Yeah,
still
dude.
I know.
can't
I know.
play it. Still
Oh.
It is. You talk about a Deathloop game where there was multiple Deathloop games I played this year. There was 12 minutes I played.
love
which
this
I was a
game
little bit
so
disappointed
much,
in it,
Zach.
yep.
You have no idea.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I knew you would.
Mhm.
Deathloop, of course, is another Deathloop game, and then there's this one. This is the first game on the PS5 to actually use every aspect of the engine graphically.
Mhm.
The
The dual sense,
SSD,
man. Yeah.
the dual sense. You put headphones on while playing this. It is insanely creepy how they get it. The vibrations on the control, literally, you feel like a pitter patter on it, like raindrops.
It's
Ooh.
crazy how immersive it is.
Yeah, it is one of my favorite games. And it's funny, I still haven't even beaten it. I still
man.
can't beat it. And bravo to
It's-
you.
well, it's
I know they
hard.
and because my big issue with it was I couldn't stop when I was in the middle of
Same.
a run. But I know they fixed it. I know that's been updated or
did,
they're
thank
planning on
God.
an update. So but I love this game. It is one of the most underrated games, and it'll go down as one of the most underrated solo exclusives for any console ever. I Xbox has Sunset Overdrive, PlayStation has fucking Returnal. That's
Yeah.
where I'm at with
Mhm.
that. I love this game to
it's-
pieces.
It's one of the first games I'm getting the moment I can get my hands on a fucking PS5. Like this just feels like a massive boast from you guys saying I have a PS5. And I'm just sitting here like, oh yeah, I've got my fucking turbojet engine PS4.
if I were to find you one, I don't know how much the shipping would be. I can't even guarantee it would even get there. I can find you one.
Same.
But are you willing to pay the shipping? Because that's the big part of it. I don't know
That's
if
the
you're
big
willing.
part of it.
the
Yeah, I
shipping's
would
a
be
lot.
willing to. I would be willing to pay the fucking shipping, dude. Honestly, I would. I wouldn't
Okay.
care.
I'll keep that in mind. Do you know how many times a day I see that PS5? Like I can. Last week I knew 3 stores that had them.
I can't find one here at all.
I know,
literally
I know.
every
Fucking
week I head
scalpers,
down
man.
to my JB Hi-Fi or like my EB Games, whether I have the fucking money in my pocket or not, and I'm like, "Do you have a PS5
EB
back?"
Games, dude.
We still got
that
EB Games.
name.
For me, I have a friend who works at GameStop, so he always lets me know when they're
We
in
don't have
stock.
GameStop.
You got the hookup, Zach. You lucky bastard.
How do you think I got mine, man? He texted me. He goes, "Hey, they're gonna go up."
Yeah,
in
he's
10
got the
minutes."
hookups and the hookers.
No hookers. No hookers here.
No,
Maybe in
hookers.
Grand Theft Auto.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I hate you.
Jesus.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much. But guys, those are the most underrated games. And now Patrick
just too
has
much
one to
fun.
play when he finds a PS5.
There you
Exactly.
go. Yes.
So
Hey, we're all helping each other people
yeah,
out. We're
see,
helping each other out.
which
You know
now let's talk about best graphics, guys.
Oh
because-
man.
Which I don't know how much Patrick can talk about this because you know,
well, it doesn't.
yeah.
Whatever.
So I'm
I
gonna kick us off.
You know what? I have a PC that can run most games just when
There
There
OBS
you go.
is, just when
PC.
OBS is not running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll kick this one off for best
Sure.
graphics. Ratchet and Clank. This fucking this
Yeah.
game. I mean, Returnal was up there. But I just think Ratchet and Clank hit the 60 frames per second as well as every cutscene coming in and out
Mhm.
so perfectly. The attention to detail on just the fur on him and Rivet are
Mhm.
incredible. The shining metallic on Clank, and I can't remember the other robot's name. I
Rivet.
don't know. No, not Rivet. The other one.
Rivet. Oh, it's clicking somebody else. Shit. That's my bad.
I've been
yeah.
avoiding spoilers
Yeah.
because
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I'm waiting.
No, yeah, that's fine. The robots in the trailer. It's not a spoiler.
Oh,
You
I know the
literally
robots in the trailer.
Okay.
I just don't know the name myself.
Okay, I can't remember the fucking name. It's like BB28 or something like that. It's something like that.
BB28.
It's okay.
I'm not even joking. I'm pretty sure that's its name or like one of its name. I don't fucking remember. But I loved this game overall. It is one of my favorites of the year. But best graphically wise, this is the one that I still go back to, and I'm like, damn, that is next gen graphics. So.
Oh wait, it's named Kit.
Kit. There we go.
Uh,
I was way fucking off.
no idea.
But yeah, that's my best graphics. Patrick, what about you?
Okay. Just I don't want to talk about this game.
Do you want me to say it? I'll say it.
I'll say it. I'll say it.
Okay.
Oh god.
I did not like this game.
He's
I
a liar.
felt so underwhelmed after it ended. I enjoyed the first
played it multiple
third
times.
I played it multiple times because it was fun. The speed run. That's about it. Because it was over and done with in about an hour and 30 minutes.
Oh god.
This is Resident Evil Village. I didn't like Resident Evil Village. I was disappointed by the story, the characters, its direction. I didn't like the fact that it was more action adventure over
Yeah,
survival
I'm
horror
actually
once
with you
again.
on the action adventure part.
And the whole reveal with Ethan at the end being a mold, it just sort of pissed me off because there was no fucking setup. And although it makes sense, I'm like, but where's the setup and the
yeah, dude. I thought the
thrown at you.
exact same thing. I thought that was stupid. It was a cool
It
concept.
started off strong.
Yeah.
The game started off really strong, but after the Lady Beneviento house sequence with the baby, it lost everything that had me captivated and really enjoying it, and it just fell off. I found it boring.
The baby should have been at the end. That should have been like one of the last.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. It should have been
remember
like
I told
a
you.
dream, sort of like hyper fixated sort of state that you're in, and you're hallucinating it. Then
It should have been
waited.
multiple segments if you think about it.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
segment, it should have like you kept running into the baby or the.
It should have been like
something.
another.
Yeah.
It should have been like the new tyrant of the
Yeah.
game.
Yes.
But it wasn't like it was scripted moments, admittedly, but it acted as like this thing that you run away from every now and again to give you that scare, like Chris Walker in Outlast, like that thing that is really scary that pops up every now and again to be an inconvenience.
Yeah, which that's where like I like the game more than you. I had issues with the story structure. I didn't have issues. It's kind of like my thing with the last season of Game of Thrones is like I understand everything they were going for. It makes sense. But you rushed to that ending, and structurally it doesn't work. Resident Evil Village is kind of how I feel about that. Is that structurally it doesn't make sense. It feels rushed in some of the characters. It feels a bit edited. It actually feels like they crunched time and cut out.
The game should have been at least a good 5 to 6 hours longer. I'm just saying it.
Oh,
it felt way too fucking short.
The final boss was a joke. It was a joke.
That was
that was pathetic. And the Heisenberg fight as well gave me everything.
Oh, that entire section was
it was Metal Gear Solid all over again.
I'm not
turret bullshit.
Patrick watched me play this, and when I saw the jetpack, I literally went, "They fly now." I literally
said the same thing on my stream.
Like, don't even get me started.
Look,
but graphically, the game's awesome.
Graphically, besides the color palette, aside from the fucking shitty flat gray color palette, this game in every way is fucking beautiful. It's so crisp. Looking at Chris or on the old fucking lady, which spoiler alert, turned out to be Mother Miranda by the end and everything.
Which we all knew.
Oh yeah, totally.
We did. But you could see the pores on their face and just the texture and just the detail, even on like little things like the snow and everything, and the blood as well. Like, admittedly, it's a gorgeous fucking game. The lighting, the ray tracing, and everything. What is it? The beam lights from like the luminescence of the sun, or like even candles. Gorgeous attention to detail. And let me just put it this way: Lady Dimitrescu's zongas were really well detailed too.
Someone had to bring that up.
I had to. But even with all my issues, the best thing the game provided was a beautiful fucking experience visually.
Yeah. I
Yep.
agree. I agree with
I
that.
agree.
And I can't deny that. I will never dispute that.
Yeah.
Yeah, never. Austin.
Okay,
us a-
so this was between two games again, but I had to go with my gut on this one. I almost went with Psychonauts 2. Almost did. Because art direction wise,
It's really
that
beautiful.
game, oh my, it's like you're going on the best acid trip possible. It seriously is.
It felt like the acid trip I went through with Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time.
Dude, there is a specific part in Psychonauts 2 where it feels like you're stepping into a Beatles album cover. That's how cool it looks.
Yeah.
But I wanted to go with straight up realism. That's where Forza Horizon 5 comes in for me. I love a good racing game. I've not had a good one since Need for Speed Underground 2, at least in my eyes. I've tried the subsequent Need for Speed games like Need for Speed Heat. I wasn't a big fan. I tried Payback. Disappointed to say the least. But I tried Forza Horizon 4. I was like, okay. Forza Horizon 5, like the moment I played the first 5 seconds, I just went, this is a game? Like it looked that good. Like particle effects, the ray tracing, how the light hits the cars, the shadow details, how the day and night cycles hit, the rain effects, and the snow effects. Oh my god! Like I cannot tell you guys how many times I've gone into a photo mode and edit certain things out where I've got a new cart, I've gone to a photo mode again, shifted the angle just a little bit to take a perfect car. By the way, I got the car from Too Fast, Too Furious in this game. Enough said.
Hell yeah.
And I got the car from Baby Driver. I got the fucking DeLorean from Back to the Future. For God's sake.
I need to play this fucking game.
It's fun, man.
I don't like Back to the Future.
Patrick.
Hey Patrick, guess what? I don't think it's the best thing in the world, but I like it, but I don't love it.
Sorry. I don't think it's a bad movie. I just
DeLoreans are awesome. DeLoreans are awesome.
It's
still.
DeLorean's fucking incredible, guys. Anyways, no, I mean this game, it was so addicting. Not only is the gameplay great, but graphically, it is probably the most graphically beautifully. Where was that? Fuck was I going with that? It is the most beautiful looking game I have ever seen all year. Now, I would have, if I were to go with art direction wise, I would have probably gone with Ratchet and Clank or Psychonauts 2. Because Ratchet and Clank, I agree, it looks gorgeous. I mean, how does the ray tracing, the 60 FPS? But if I want to go with realism, Forza Horizon looks like you're playing in a real world. It really does.
Fair enough. I dig it. I dig it, guys. And that brings us to best action adventure. And I'm gonna let Austin continue this.
All right, so I have a tie on this one. These are actually my top 2 games of the year.
Okay.
Ratchet and Clank and Psychonauts 2.
Okay. I love it.
Dude, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is actually the first Ratchet and Clank game I've ever beaten. It's the first one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I never played Up Your Arsenal. I didn't play any of them. I played the 2016 game, which I thought was fun, but it didn't grip me. The first 5 minutes of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart sucked in like that. Psychonauts 2. I played an hour of the original game just to see if I could get myself sped up. I couldn't, but Jake Baldino of Game Rinks, I asked him, and actually, you actually told me to get Metroid Dread, which I'm thankful for that because I had to continue playing that game. But he said you don't have to play the first game. There's a 9-speed up video. He was right. Within 5 minutes again, Psychonauts 2. Sucked in immediately, and I couldn't put either of these games down. I think mainly the better story goes to the Psychonauts 2, but otherwise the games were addicting. I love the storyline. How the DualSense is used in Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is bonkers. It's absolutely insane. But with Psychonauts 2, the story of how it tackles how the gameplay and everything tackles mental health, whether you're talking about PTSD, panic attacks, mental health trauma.
Something a lot of other games like it, or even like bigger AAA titles, are afraid to actually do. And Psychonauts 2 does a good job of actually like going deeper into that, which is something that I even noticed and was like, holy fuck, they're actually like doing this.
Yeah, like there's a specific part in Psychonauts 2.
Everything I've seen is just really pretty.
Dude, there's a specific part in Psychonauts 2 where I was like, they fucking went there. Oh my god. And even Ratchet and Clank, it goes into, like with Psychonauts, trauma and how you've been used countless times beforehand. There's a part in Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart that reminded me of a sequel to an Uncharted game because it was that awesome. And oh, sorry, as you were saying.
Oh, I was just gonna add in like Psychonauts 2 as well, like can affect someone while playing it because of what it tackles. Like if you've been through that shit or you suffer from that shit as well, it feels deeply personal. And I think they did it in a way that never broke the boundaries to be offensive or too far. It's right there. It feels so real and personal, even within a very stylistically artistic game that is visually. It feels so grounded and real.
I will say, shout out to Double Fine. I love him as a studio.
Oh,
Brutal Legends is still one of my favorite games of all time.
I love it.
I just want a sequel. If we can get a sequel to Psychonauts, can I get a sequel to fucking Brutal Legends?
From what Tim Schafer has said, it'll happen eventually. Eventually, it'll happen.
I believe it. I mean, it took him what 15 years to make Psychonauts 2. That's why I wasn't in a rush to play it. I'm like, oh shit, I played the first one. I don't
trust game studios when it comes to them saying, oh, we're gonna do a fucking sequel to this game that came out this many years ago. I never trust it because I'm still waiting for my next Dino Crisis game. Capcom, what the fuck? Like seriously,
that's me with Valve. I mean,
now who's not waiting for Half-Life 3? Who's not waiting for it?
Oh, but
Half-Life Alex though. You got that.
Oh, I need to play Half-Life Alex.
Have you guys played that?
It's not.
Are you kidding me?
Really?
I didn't beat it, but I fucking loved it.
I couldn't get into it. It didn't get me so invested and immersed like
Half-Life 2 did. I played an hour at my friend's house, and it made me want to go buy a VR and a computer. Like it literally made me almost go out and spend like $2,000 because that's how bad I wanted to finish it.
I've got 2 for my action adventure, and one of the games I'm going to mention did make me go buy a VR, and it's actually on its way.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a tie.
Okay.
First one I'm going to mention is one that could have been put in underrated. I did a review on the Critics Play Games channel. Oh, nice. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, The Hinokami Chronicles. Nice. This was a game that was basically beat for beat the first season and the Mugen Train arc. But it was such a beautiful game, and it felt like the anime, even with some 3D animation thrown in. But it took some leaps and bounds and risk while being so familiar at the same time in regards to a open world location when you're going from bit to bit, from cutscene to cutscene and everything, and fight to fight. You can actually explore and roam around the world of Demon Slayer in particular elements of the story. Like, it's not a full-on open world experience, not by any means. But like you can actually explore certain areas to get collectibles, like little memory fragment gems, or your Kometsu points for stuff in the shop and everything. And it made me want to complete the game. I've played through this game like 3 times now with the story, and every single time I fucking love it. Even though it's just the same difficulty every time. But also, like, I still haven't got my platinum for the game. It is a hard fucking game to platinum.
I bet.
Like, some of the fights that you encounter later on in the game with your, like, side quest sort of fights, when you're in, like, your story tree and everything, is fucking stupidly hard to get your S ranks. Honestly, I've thrown my controller so many times, it's not even funny. But that also adds to the replayability to it. That is just what I ask for in an action-adventure game, even though the story isn't long. Like, I bought the game and I played it like the moment the game dropped, and I was texting Zach while I was playing through it, and I completed the game in 8 hours.
Oh wow.
It's not long, but there is a massive replayability to it. And if you love Demon Slayer or not, it is easily accessible to everyone due to how good it adapts the manga.
I have it finally, so I need to start. That's in my pile, so I'm excited. But you said you had a tie, so I'm curious what the other game is then.
It's a VR game.
Okay.
It's a VR game, and it is a game that came out 17 years ago, so I'm cheating a little bit. But this is a new...
fuck you. It's Resident Evil 4, you motherfucker.
Yeah, fuck all of you. I don't care. Technically, it is a new game.
It technically is. Then, I mean, fuck it. If we're cheating, Mass Effect Trilogy's taking over every fucking thing I just said.
You sons of bitches.
Resident Evil 4 is the most immersive action-adventure game I've played ever. Yes, I already love Resident Evil 4. It's my favorite video game of all time. But the fact that I've actually got to reload the clip, I actually get to, like, run around. I get to, like, throw my knife up in the fucking air and do tricks and everything.
It looks
fun. Like the first person shit and everything, and being able to do all this shit in VR, like it's Resident Evil 4, but first person VR, fucking immersive, doing shit yourself, cocking the shotgun, actually aiming like this. I went to a buddy of mine's place. He had a Quest 2, and I'm like, "You've got a Quest 2? I'm fucking coming over." And he's like, "Why?" "Resident Evil 4, bitch." Because And I went over unannounced, uninvited, and I'm like, where is it? And he's like, where's what? The Quest 2. Oh. And I just went in and I play it, and he's
Quest
like, do
2,
you want
bitch, I'm gonna play this right now.
And he literally tapped me on the shoulder at one point, and I'm like, while still playing, and he's like, do you need to go to the bathroom or eat or anything? I'm like, fuck off. Because
You better
I was
stream yourself
so-
when you finally get this.
when I get it, when it gets here, I'm gonna find a way to hook my Elgato up so I can.
Oh
fucking
my
stream it.
god,
I'm
that's hilarious.
I'm excited.
I have not loved a VR game ever
Wow.
until I played Resident Evil VR.
It's good, that they made, it's good that it was good at
so
least.
good. It's
So-
so good, and that final battle with Sadler as well is actually so fucking difficult in
That's
VR.
Really? Oh,
It
man.
is. It is,
That's
but it's
cool.
so much fucking fun. And yes, I cheated a little bit, but you know what? I don't care.
Fine, fair enough. All right, I'm changing everything to Mass Effect trilogy.
Oh,
That's just
shit.
so I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna cheat like you.
That's okay because none of
Um,
my games are remasters anyway, so fuck the both of you anyways.
So best action adventure. There's a lot on my list that I could have done this with. I do have Ratchet and Clank, but I do want to give a shout out to Metroid Dread. It is one of the first
Such a
Nintendo Switch
great
games
game, man.
since Breath
That
of the
was-
Wild came out that has actually hooked me into its gameplay. I technically don't include this in action adventure though, if I'm being honest. Like when I think action adventure, I think more of like Returnal, Ratchet and Clank,
Yeah.
Death Loop sorts of
Mhm.
things. Where for me, Metroid Dread is just a straight fucking action game.
Oh,
Like,
it's
that's
straight
all
action.
it is.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to say this: my best action adventure for me is Ratchet and Clank, hands down.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't even and if I included if I thought Guardians of the Galaxy was more of an action adventure, I also would include that. But it's also in its own different realm. I don't know. I love.
It doesn't
Ratchet
even
and
really
Clank,
feel
though.
like an action oriented. It just feels like an adventure.
Yeah,
It's
more than
like an
anything else.
RPG adventure kind
Yes.
of game.
Yes,
It's like I guess whatever
exactly.
you categorize like Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts under, but
RPG adventure.
Well,
yeah.
now
yeah,
action
honestly.
RPG nowadays.
yeah. So I guess so.
Uh,
But
I'm thinking
Ratchet
more
and
like
Clank's-
Dungeons and Dragons, like Baldur's Gate and
Oh.
Neverwinter.
Oh yeah,
Or
or
Then, yeah,
Diablo
pretty much
too.
RPG, then.
Diablo 2 Resurrection
Yeah.
was cool this year too.
I need to
But best
play
action
Diablo
adventure,
Resurrected still.
Ratchet and Clank wins for me. So
Hmm.
guys, we come down to our final two. Now
Hmm.
the next one's kind of tie together because we're gonna argue on the final one.
Oh,
We're
shit.
gonna argue on the final one, but our next
There are
one
gonna be some
is our
fucking fighting
personal-
matches here.
Our personal favorite game of the year.
Oh boy.
And I'm gonna go with my number one. I'm gonna keep it like short and simple because
Is it Halo
the
Infinite?
the seventh no, it's Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy is my favorite
Really?
game of the year.
Okay.
It's the one
Wow.
game that shocked
Okay.
me, surprised me, made me the most emotional out of all these. Halo Infinite is my number two, though. Halo Infinite is my number two. I
Oh.
loved Halo Infinite. I actually have a video essay I'm currently writing for this channel,
Mm.
where it dives into why I think it is one of the best Halo stories ever told on an emotional
Okay.
scale. Because I've never actually been that emotional playing a Halo game, and this one actually like fucked me up at one
I
point.
still have to
where
beat
I'm like,
Halo Infinite. Still have to.
well, I sat there and I'm like, this game is not just about Master Chief trying to save the fucking
No.
world.
Yeah.
It's about the man under the mask,
Yeah.
what people think about this man under the mask, and what he thinks about himself. Like that's the game. That's the whole point of it. And you actually get like, even though you never see his face, and I hope to God we never see his face in a game. I know in the show it's rumored they're gonna show his face, which
They better
Yeah.
not.
God
Hey,
forbid
speaking
if
of
they do
that, how was that trailer?
I wish I would have posted my reaction. I should have just posted it on Twitter because it was me watching. I'm like, fuck, I'm so excited. I watched it. And I was like, that was a waste of my time. And I got up and turned it off.
You just be
I
like,
literally-
oh,
it wasn't bad. It's just like, give me something more. The whole first episode
Yeah.
leaked out earlier this year. So I
Wait,
don't know
really?
why they're not showing shit. Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get it's gone. You can't find it anymore. You can't find that thing. anymore.
Incognito. And
It was on Twitter.
Use your
Someone-
ExpressVPN
someone
right
leaked-
there.
Yeah, someone leaked it out by minutes on Twitter. The CGI
sure I can
wasn't
find it on
done.
Reddit. I'm sure I can.
But
find
I
it on
will
Reddit.
give major credit where credit is due for how the aliens look. They look fucking great.
episode
Mm.
1
But-
full Reddit.
But I guess
sure I can find it
again,
on Reddit.
I'm talking about my personal favorite, and
Got it.
of course you did. I absolutely loved Guardians of the Galaxy, though.
Yeah.
It is the game I've always wanted the Guardians of the Galaxy to be. It's my third favorite superhero game of all time now, or comic book game. I fucking loved
Wow.
it. Again, I understand it's buggy. I ran into the bugs. I ran into the
same.
glitches. It is too long of a game, but the story hit me emotionally. And I didn't get goosebumps at any other game this year except in this
Mhm.
one, where
Really?
you call everyone in for a huddle and you're motivating them. You have to pick the right words, and then
Yeah.
you hit the fucking thing, and the music plays, and it just rock on, man. And you're just kick ass, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's fucking great. It's my personal
Knowing
favorite.
that the game could rickroll at you at one point, I was like, that was just fucking brilliant.
Absolutely, absolutely. Patrick, what's your favorite game of the year? Personal favorite?
It's not
Can't be
Resident Evil 4, is
4.
it?
It can't be Resident Evil 4.
It's not. It's not.
Okay,
I
was
know
to
it's not,
say.
but please don't change it. It's you
It's
can't
not.
make
It's not. I am a sucker for games that make me think. I'm a sucker for games that
Mm.
make me delve into the story, replay it multiple times, looking at little details throughout, even though there is no dialogue
Resident Evil.
throughout the end.
Yep.
Little Nightmares 2 is the game that scared me the most, had me invested the
Nice.
most, had the best storytelling overall, in my opinion. Like, it may not be my favorite story game, but there's so many layers to Little Nightmares 2
Yeah.
to unpack from playing the game. Little visual details in
Okay.
just the backgrounds and shit. Like that teddy bear, Austin, that you pick up with the key in it.
Dude.
Oh, fuck me. When you play through the game and realize what those little things that you're interacting with actually mean is great. And also the little
Mhm.
things such as making the completionist journey
Yeah.
so much fun. Like having to pick up a corn and throw it into a fucking furnace and you
Yeah,
get a
it's
trophy
crazy.
popcorn. It's little things like that that make me appreciate games so much, where the developers are like, okay, we want them to do the completionist shit, but we don't want it to be pretentious or monotonous or frustrating. We
Or
just want them to have
grindy.
fun. Exactly. We just want
Yeah.
them to have fun while doing it and have a memorable experience that also scares them and also shocks them by the end. Little Nightmares 2 ticked every single one of these boxes
Mm.
to be a game that wasn't just the most surprising game of the year, but also exceeded my expectations in every level, even surpassing the already phenomenal first game, in my opinion. I even did an ending explained video on this,
I
game,
remember.
because I was so invested in so many different things, especially which I won't spoil for Zach because he hasn't played the game, but the Thin Man. When it was revealed who the Thin Man actually fucking was,
My jaw dropped.
I lost my fucking mind.
Mm-hmm.
And
Dude.
to this day, I still don't fucking believe it.
Those chase sequences with that thing, those scared the shit out of me. Yeah, anxiety. Yeah,
Like, I don't think I've seen more unique monster and creature designs either. Like the fucking mannequins to, the doctor, the big fat fucking doctor that crawls on the ceiling, to the long neck
Yeah.
fucking teacher, which, by the way, fuck her. Fuck
and
her.
then the mannequins, dude. The fucking
The mannequins. I don't think
Oh.
I've been more scared in a video game in the last 5 years. Like
I have
that
no idea
mannequin.
what you guys are talking about. But
The
I'm excited
mannequin,
to play
Zach,
it.
I want you to stream this game. And I want you to
Yes!
tell me
Please
when you
stream
are
it. Have
streaming
us
this
on
game,
with you while you're streaming it, dude.
I need to see your reaction to the mannequins in particular. There is one section with multiple of them in one
Dude.
fucking room. You will shit yourself.
It's terrifying, man.
Just make sure you
Dude.
pick up the medicine ball and throw it back.
Zach, you need to have
Fair
Patrick
enough.
and I with you, man. You need to have us on with you. When
This
you stream
game,
this.
this game, I don't think I've loved a game this much in years.
Mm.
I genuinely think this might be one of my top 10 favorite games of all time.
Wow.
Due to how unique it is, due to how thought-provoking it is, how just stylistically beautiful it is on a visual and design aspect. Like the level design is so much better than anything I've played this year. Like it's the only reason it didn't get a 10 out of 10 is because on release the bugs it had. That's it.
Okay, fair enough. But now it's a 10 out of 10 because there's no more bugs. So
There are still, unfortunately, but
Sons of bitches.
I don't think you'll ever
Oh.
play a game though without bugs. I just don't.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
especially a Bethesda game.
Yeah, don't even get started with that shit.
I couldn't help but do that diss.
So now I'm curious, Austin, is this your personal favorite as well?
It's in my top 10, but it's not my personal favorite.
Okay.
My number one game of the year. This one actually wasn't in my top 10 most anticipated games of the year. It was my buddy Gary's list, but I was like, I still want to play the game, and I mentioned this already. I adored Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart to no end.
There we go.
I love this game. Like I mentioned, Never played. I mean, I had played the 2016 Ratchet and Clank game, but what I loved about Ratchet and Clank this game so much is that even if you're a newcomer, it doesn't make you feel alienated whatsoever.
Mhm.
You could have played either one game or none of them. You still feel like you're at home with these
Mhm.
guys. I
That's-
love the writing. Oh, I know you wanted to say
Oh,
something.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that my biggest issue with that 2016 Ratchet and Clank game is that it wasn't accessible to everyone.
Yeah.
That was the first Ratchet and Clank game I ever played,
Same.
and I felt so out of loop. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
I mean, the gameplay's
like-
fun. The gameplay
Oh,
is
it's
The
fun.
fun. but
the 2016 one confused you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
As my-
origin.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
really?
remake of the original game. It's literally a remake of the original game.
Well, fuck me then.
That is
Well, I'm
literally
out.
like they maybe changed. I'm
Is
not
my career
kidding
done?
you.
I'm selling my channel.
I'm not kidding you. They maybe changed like
Wow.
3 or 4 things, but it is pretty much a beat for beat the original game.
Okay, I guess I have to go back on 2016 then. But nonetheless, though, every second of Rift Apart, I was absorbed. Louis, the first time you go through those portals, I just went, holy shit! The way that Insomniac used not only the SSD, but how they used the ray tracing, the dual sense controller, every footstep
Yeah.
you took. You could feel every footstep. How the weapons felt, the graphics, the Doctor Nefarious. I love Doctor Nefarious, and the final boss fight was one of the. To me, it's the best boss fight the best final boss fight I've had in a video game in a long time. I mean,
yeah,
if I
the
were to go
boss
for,
fight's
like-
awesome.
dude, if I were to go
It's
for,
probably
like-
my favorite of the year.
Even better than the final
Yeah.
boss in what is it, Crash Bandicoot 4? That was shit.
I actually
I
never beat
still never.
Crash.
I've never played Crash Bandicoot 4 still. That's on my
Alright.
Hey,
You guys
it's
gonna
great.
kill me.
It's very hard though. It's very hard.
I have never been in a Crash Bandicoot game. Never have.
Is it
Cool.
too raging?
So Patrick, we've been having a lot of fun. Austin is gone forever.
I was
I'm
waiting
ki-
for that moment.
No, but is that because it's too hard, Austin?
No, it's just like because I
Or
have the
rage-inducing.
collection. I have the games. I started playing them. Loved. I'm on the first Crash Bandicoot. Loving for my playing so far. I just haven't had the time. That's all I'm.
Okay.
Once I have the time, and once I beat in the Metal Gear
Wait-
Solid games,
Wait
I'll
till
go
you
back
get to
it.
Warped. Warped is my personal
Warped
favorite.
is the
That's the third one, right?
Crash.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
that's
third.
the
one.
Also,
I'd
you
almost
guys
say
still
skip
boasting
everything and go
about
straight to that
you,
one.
you guys still boasting about your PS5s and playing all these PS5 games like Ratchet and Clank and everything.
Yeah.
Well, joke's on you with your dual sense controllers. I still have a PS4 controller and this broken piece of shit.
Hey, that DualShock controller is pretty badass, man.
I'm surprised this is still alive. I shattered this and actually had to put it back together after playing Star Wars Squadrons.
That game is awesome, though. Star Wars
Still haven't
Squadrons.
played it. It's on my pile.
I hated it. Literally, I got so angry.
So he's out now.
Get out.
So I literally because of how
I'm just kidding.
I grabbed
we ain't going into this.
and I just went and I just shattered it on my desk. Okay, I'm done.
Nice.
I was waiting for the
Nice.
constant censor beeps to that point. Oh my god! But no, I mean the game made me emotional.
Yeah. It's the most emotional Ratchet and Clank story.
oh
Easily. I played them all, and that's the most
Yeah,
emotional one.
and it makes me want to go back to play the
Fun
previous
fact: it's not my
games.
favorite one still, though. It's still
That-
not my favorite. I have nostalgia for 2 of the other ones, so that's why.
Dude, my buddy's favorite is actually Up Your Arsenal. That's his favorite one.
Okay.
So
Oh, boy.
nostalgically, my favorite's Deadlocked, which is not a lot of people's favorites. But
I've heard
fucking
Deadlocked is
loved
really
it.
good.
I fucking
like
love
it.
Deadlock, but it's a lot of people don't love it because it's really more about Ratchet, in my opinion,
Mhm.
than Clank. But I love Deadlock. But yeah, we all have 3 great games. I mean, we
Yeah,
all picked
man.
3 great games. But
Mhm.
what is the game of the year from Critics
I-
Play Games?
Although I
Uh,
will say though, Psychonauts 2 came that close to taking it. It
Okay,
came that
yeah.
close.
I just
So-
before we get into this, I need to ask a question, and I need to know the story of the big pile of water bottles behind you, Austin.
I don't know what the fuck it is either, man. My dad just came in there, put it in there one day. I think it's in case of a hurricane because I am in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, when
Fuck
I
Florida.
eventually, because of COVID, get to move and everything, I'm meant to be going to Florida.
There you go.
Fuck COVID, man. Enough said. Jesus God.
I was
Dude-
meant to move over 12 months ago.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, count yourself lucky because Floridians are still assholes over here nonetheless. Dude, I went to a grocery store today with my dad. The toilet paper section, it's almost completely empty
The
again.
last time I went to
We-
Florida,
We use
a
it as
man
currency.
told me to fuck off for no reason.
Oh, that's just Australia.
Oh, I know. You guys want to hear a funny story? Like
Oh,
this is real
God.
quick before we get into the game.
You went
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Australia and got called
No,
the
no,
C
no, no.
word?
So my school did foreign exchange students from Australia. So we got
Oh.
Australians,
Oh, this would be
and a
interesting.
Mormon family got an Australian.
Oh my god!
And I mean they're not like oh they're Mormon. No, they are Mormon. Very
Oh
strict,
no,
super-
that is so
sweetest-
bad.
dude, sweetest family you could ever meet in their lives. Not strict, just very sweet and
okay.
like very, very nice.
But still,
I remember I went with my friend who was a part of this family to pick up their Australian.
oh no!
First word, "What's up, cunts?" That's his
Yeah.
first word. That was
Yeah.
his first word. And they looked at each other and they're like, and I don't know if like this is just a culture thing, but like
I
we were
have been-
eating dinner
I
and
I
he
have
goes, "This food's fucks." But like he really meant it. It was shit. Like he was
one
like,
of our
"This is
best
not-"
saying is "cunts fucked."
He said that,
Yeah.
and every time he cursed, they never knew what to say,
Oh, my
and it kind of
God.
just got awkward. And then like 2 days later, he was with a different family.
Oh my
Yes!
god!
That's a true blue Aussie.
So
That
very
makes me
funny.
So happy and proud.
That's
Very funny.
hilarious.
But game of the year,
oh
guys.
my god!
Oh,
that's
one
great.
more
Getting
thing
out
I
of
need
the
to add.
getting
One
out
more
of
thing
the
I need to add.
Australian stuff.
That's fucking
When
hilarious.
Red and I meet, we've got an agreement. We have to at the airport meet up, and we're gonna yell across the airport, "Oi, cunts!" from across the airport, no matter where we are. That's our agreement.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'm
Oh
gonna have to
my
bleep
God.
that part out. Like all the... I don't mind the F word. It's something about the C word that YouTube
It
doesn't
just
like.
it feels dirty as well.
Oh,
when
they
you
don't
say
care
it.
about me using the C word. I think YouTube's just sort of just gotten the hint that I'm Aussie and I'm not changing my ways.
YouTube's a bunch
Maybe.
of fucking pussies as it is.
And that's another one I'll have to beep out. So let's get to the game of the year for Critic Play Games. So like I said, we're all going to argue and bitch at each other.
Oh,
and yell,
probably.
but I'm going to actually surprise you guys. We're not going to fight. We're going to give 3 game of the years right here for you guys.
Oh,
So my game of the year from Critics Play
Superman
Games is
64.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Saw 2 Flesh and Blood and Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
Absolutely.
Star Wars Squadrons even more so to add on top of that.
No, fuck you, Austin. That doesn't count.
Yeah. But we each picked a game. Our personal favorites are the 3 game of the years from Critics Play Games.
Oh.
But we are all going to nominate one other game. So we're going to have 4.
Oh,
And this game, I'm going to put it out there.
okay.
So right now we have Little Nightmares 2, Ratchet and Clank, and Guardians of the Galaxy. These are off the table.
Mm.
I want to argue and say the 4th game, shut up. The 4th game should be It Takes Two. I think It Takes Two
Yes.
should be the 4th game of the year from Critics Play
Honestly-
Games. You guys disagree? You guys want to argue
No,
anyone
not at
else?
all.
No, man. I would say Psychonauts 2, but here's the thing. I can't disagree against It Takes Two. It's a
No, I
fucking
can't
genius
either.
game.
It's a
I agree-
perfect game.
Look, I would put Saw 2 Flesh and Blood, but It Takes Two, man.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Which,
Dude,
guys,
fucking saw
that's the
too.
game of the year. We have 4 game of the years, guys, from here, which is Guardians of the Galaxy, Little
Wow.
Nightmares 2, Ratchet and Clank, Resident Evil 4's VR, and of course, It Takes Two. Right,
Mhm.
Patrick? Is that what you wanted? You want Resident Evil 4 in there? Best VR game of the year?
Oh, yeah. Either that or, yeah, Resident Evil 4.
Okay, fair enough. There we go. I'll let you
It
win
works.
on that. Best remastered of the year, though, is Mass Effect Trilogy. If we really want to get
Yeah.
into that, and best
Yeah,
sequel
fuck
to a
it.
game
Fuck the Grand
is
Theft Auto
Psychonauts
remastered.
2. There you
Yes.
go.
And not
There you
Resident
go.
Evil Village.
So everyone
Yeah.
wins. I'm like Oprah. We give out awards like
You
crazy
get an
because we're
award, you
about
get an
video
award,
game
you get an award.
appreciation here.
The
Unless we're...
Oscars would be so much more entertaining if they did that.
Oh,
Yes,
it
they
would be.
would.
It would be.
But,
But
as
guys,
Joseph Ferris said, fuck the Oscars. Fuck you.
but the Game of the
exactly.
Year awards here is actually better because we actually just talk about the awards. We don't actually just fucking say what's going to be announced. So
Damn right.
Yeah.
and waste people's time. So, guys, that's it. that's our game of the year. And thank you so much for watching, listening, wherever you are at that. Make sure to follow us, rate us if you can, hit that like button, subscribe. I don't know where the fuck you are at, but this is Critics Play Games. We are all film critics who play games. Before we get going, Austin, where can they find you? What do you have coming up? And what game are you most excited for in 2021?
Ooh, so starting off with one I'm most excited for, give me God of War Ragnarok right now. 2018's God of War is one of my favorite games, period. I love that game to no end, but you guys can find me at Also Be Putnam on Twitter and Instagram. Coming up soon. Actually, this will probably up afterwards, but I'm working on my top 10 best worst films of the year. Afterwards, I'm working on my top 10 best games there. Then my top 10 most anticipated films of next year. I got way too much stuff to keep up with. And I'm finally catching up on Succession, finally catching up on Hawkeye. Loving Hawkeye from what I've seen so far, by the way. And Boba Fett tomorrow.
Yeah.
Night
Yeah,
for me,
baby.
6 hours.
Yeah, same.
Mhm.
So, Patrick,
Yeah,
what about you? Where can they find you at?
You can find me over on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, as well as here on YouTube, as well as over at the Orange and Black website and OnlyFans. Those last two, I am just kidding.
I can OnlyFans. Oh my god.
All right, he's done. He's done.
I don't know.
What's your most
Everyone's been
anticipated
kicked
game
at
now?
this point now.
What's your most
Everyone's been kicked
anticipated
out.
game? What's your most anticipated game, man? For
Coming
next
out
year.
in
Saw 2.
Oh.
Other than Outlast. Other than Outlast.
Other than Outlast, no.
You got to give me, because we don't know if it's
Which,
coming
by
out.
the way,
It might
we're
get
all,
pushed
we're all
again.
playing. We're all playing Outlast when that comes out. By
Yes,
the
we
way.
are. We've already agreed on this.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say either Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga
pick.
or Hogwarts Legacy or whatever it's called.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Good pick. Good
Very
pick.
excited for
You guys both picked good picks. So I'm going to be a little bit different. My most anticipated game for next year. I'm definitely planning on doing a podcast probably the early week of January, second week or so. We'll see. My most anticipated game of next year is Elden Ring. I am absolutely out.
I've got a
my
buddy
mind
of mine who
hyped
got
for
to
it.
play. What is it? One of the
beta?
what is it? Recent beta builds and
I've
everything.
heard great things.
He fucking loved every second of it. He
Yeah.
actually brought me over while he was playing,
Yeah.
and it is one of the most beautiful fucking games I've ever seen in my entire fucking
Yeah.
life.
I've heard so much. I've stayed away from
Imagine-
a lot though.
Imagine like the the Middle Earth games with the graphics of like Returnal or like Ratchet
Yeah.
and Clank.
So
It is
that's
that
what I'm excited
gorgeous,
for,
and
yeah.
it plays out so.
I'm
My
so
hype meters
excited.
went up 10 times more after
Yeah.
hearing
It
that.
looks
So I'm so
beautiful, and
excited.
he was lucky enough to play it, and I'm so jealous.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong,
Wow.
guys. I mean, my most anticipated game technically is God of War Ragnarok. I've been waiting for that sequel
Yeah.
forever. But we'll see, how that goes. But guys, thank you so much for watching this. You guys can catch me on Critics Play Games, talking games over here. And if you want to watch and talk movies, well, head on over to Zach Pope Reviews. That's where I talk movies all the time. Top 10 lists galore going over there. I do actually have a video game top where I rank all 16 games I played in 2021 over there. It's actually up as this is going up already. So if you want more of an explanation of where my favorite games would be, why are my reasonings for those, that list will give you that. I'm so happy you guys tuned in for this because I had a blast. Thank you again,
Hell
Austin and
yeah.
Patrick, for joining me. And of course, until next time, keep playing games, please.